Floating lazily down the river is a great way to spend a sunny summer day, especially in a picturesque northeastern city like Seekonk, Massachusetts. If you need a little more excitement in your life, head over to the action track of the East, Seekonk Speedway. With just 6 races left in the 2017 season, the NASCAR Whelen Modified Championship has tightened up. The next stop on the tour is the Cement Palace, Seekonk Speedway. 27 of the best modified racers in the world have gathered to try to rip the points lead out of the hands of Timmy Solomito and his rocket ship number 16. Hi everybody, welcome to Seekonk. I'm Ralph Shaheen alongside Tommy Baldwin as we're ready for the Seekonk 150, the NASCAR Whelen Modified Tour. Derek Perniciglio will be joining us shortly. And Tommy, this is a track rich in history.
It is, Ralph. Owned by the Vendetti family for many, many years since it was built. We've always called it the Cement Palace. Most of the place is full of cement. And you look around, the stands, the tunnels, everything is cement.
Great night out there, weather-wise, for some families to enjoy a nice night of racing. And you can see we're about 62 miles south of downtown Boston. Well, here's a look at the point standings, and man, this is tight. All the way down to 5th, Justin Bonsignor. Everybody's got a shot.
It is, and I notice Eric Goodell in the 58 is now pretty close. And with Ryan Preece missing a race and only being 9 out, that's pretty good.
Let's head down trackside and meet our pole sitter, Matt Hirschman, who's alongside Derek Perniciglio.
Ralph, welcome to the Cement Palace, Seekonk Speedway, and we've got 150 laps of action around a bull ring where you go in a circle all night long. And the guy that put it on the pole is this man, Money Matt Hirschman. He's not a regular on the tour, only running his 2nd race so far this year, and you've got some stiff competition behind you. Can you hold the rest of those guys off? You've raced with them before, but just not all this year on the tour.
Yeah, I mean, I've got plenty of laps around this track. We've won here many times and beat all these guys to win them races. So if we make the right adjustments back in the pit and the stagger comes in for us, I think we're going to be good. Looking to improve. Last year we did this race and we got 4th, and so far we've improved all day, and can't ask for anything better than starting up front. So we'll just see how the car comes in for me, and if we can, we'll try and keep it out front.
Well, just a couple of months ago, Matt Hirschman won a $10,000 to win open competition modified race here at the Seekonk Speedway. He's hoping to do it here again tonight with the tour.
Well, that experience will certainly help him out tonight. As you take a look at the list of winners so far this year, 2 drivers have dominated. Timmy Solomito has 3 victories, Ryan Preece 4.
Yeah, the competition's been tough all year, but those guys seem to be in victory lane at the end.
Well, let's take you back to 1988, show you a very special victory on this day in April at Martinsville. As a race got underway, keep an eye on the 7NY, a car you know very well, Tommy.
Yeah, this was a great day. This is we got the lead early on, led a lot of the laps there. As you see, a big crash there in the middle of the pack. Mikey Renensko and Satch Worley in the 4 car, but yeah, hard-fought victory there for my dad. It was our first ever victory at Martinsville, fighting Jimmy Spencer and Mike McLaughlin in the Sherry Cup 12, and it was pretty funny. We thought we won that race, we were going to get the big old clock, and we found out a week later that you didn't get the clock for that race. So we came back in October, won that October race, and got the clock.
And who's this young kid in the black shirt hugging his old man there?
Yeah, that was our first, I was 16, I think, back then. 16, well, 18, whatever it was. But I was young and won that race. It was special.
Couple of youngsters getting ready to do some flagging here tonight as we get ready for our racing here at the Cement Palace. Seekonk 150 coming your way right here on NBCSN as Rowan Pennick climbs in the famed Blue 3. We'll have the green after this. Back here on NBCSN, cars are out rolling around on the racetrack, getting ready to drop the green on the Seekonk 150. As you see, it is one big circle here. Tommy, how do you drive this place?
Yeah, you're always turning to the left here. You don't get any time to relax. Here in Flemington, the famous Flemington Speedway, Flemington was a little bigger track, but they're pretty identical in what you have to do momentum-wise.
Derek, who should we keep an eye on tonight?
You know, Ralph, Timmy Solomito left Bristol Motor Speedway upset at himself. He said he wanted to hold back and conserve a little bit, maybe do a little points racing, and got caught up in a wreck. Tonight, when we talked to him, he said no more of that. I'm going all out. I'm not even thinking about points. I'm just going to go into every single race to run the best as we can, to try to pick up as many wins and points as possible to secure this championship.
Well, he is a defending Seekonk 150 winner. Tonight would be a great night for him to get some momentum going back in his direction. Let's take a look at our starting grid for the Seekonk 150 as the fans are on their feet, waving at the drivers, getting ready to go racing here. Hirschman, we already met. Ryan Preece right alongside of him. Doug Kobe, outside row 2, still hasn't won a race.
Yeah, I mean, obviously we're pretty surprised by that, but he's been knocking on the door the last month or so. He's strong every race. I look for him to be a really top contender tonight.
Deep in the field, Manny Diaz and Gary McDonald tagging the field as we get ready to go to green. Here we go, racing at the Cement Palace.
Typically here, the inside groove is the most dominant groove. Outside, probably on the restarts, a couple of the front row guys will hopefully get a good start, settle in, as Ryan Preece got into second, which is pretty surprising that he didn't fall back a little bit.
Kobe tucks into fourth. He's looking a little bit to the inside as Hirschman leads the field. Here comes Pennick and that blue 3.
You know, this is a 150 lap race. I don't really see many guys, especially the leaders, pitting, changing tires, making any adjustments. This race is really short, as you know, with the track being small. I wouldn't see them getting back up to the front.
That's John McKennedy in the 00 with Kobe coming up the inside.
Yeah, McKennedy so far has had a good day in the Brady Bunch 00. Again, he has raced many races here, along with Matt Hirschman, with the other modified series being here a lot during the course of the year. Has a lot of experience here. I expect him to have a good day.
We talk a lot about Bristol racing in a fishbowl, just round and round and round and round. But the way this thing is set up, Tommy, in the past, this was a brutal racetrack on the drivers.
Yeah, it is, and it still is. But back many years ago, we never, drivers didn't have headrests. So this place, about halfway through the races, I couldn't tell you how many drivers I used to see end up driving with one hand and their right hand up against their helmet, trying to wedge themselves to the sheet metal or the roll bar, trying to keep their head up.
Kobe doing a good job moving inside. Already has moved his way to third, and now he's inside of Preece, fighting for second, and he's cleared him.
Yeah, Kobe seems to have a really good car tonight. It's turning really well. You know, the Dunleavy truck repair team, those guys really work on the Monster Cup Energy Series setups, being flat, being aerodynamic looking. So I look to him having a good day, because you're always turning to the right. The car has to stay flat, have a good angle off the corner in order to get good drive off. So I think they're going to be pretty tough tonight.
You've got to be comfortable at this place with somebody tapping you from behind and you tapping somebody in front of you all night long, because it's really hard to break away from everybody. As we watch Salamino now in the 16, moving up inside Dave Sapienza's 36.
Yeah, and he's doing exactly what Derek talked about earlier. He's trying to get to the front as fast as he can.
Whoa. Did you see Kobe get up on the inside of the curbing there?
Yeah, he's trying to get under Hirschman. Hirschman obviously has a lot of experience. The thing that, is a little bit different from Matt, this is the tour race. He's used to driving other modified series races that have a lot of tire wear involved in it, a lot of strategy. You never hardly see him leading these races in the beginning. He's always setting his own pace.
Let's introduce you to one of our next-gen drivers.
Hi, I'm Matt Swanson, driver of the Starrett Tools number 89 on the Wheel Modified Tour. I started in racing when I was 8 years old, racing quarter midgets in Taunton, Connecticut, and from there it's just grown. Started running the Wheel Modified Tour when I was 15. I like racing on the tour because there's really good competition. You're always racing someone good, and there's a good 15 cars that run this series that can win every week. Some career goals we've come up with are be a winning car every week on the tour. We're really close right now, and from there we want to try and maybe move up in the K&N or Truck Series and see where it goes from there. I'm Matt Swanson, and that's your NASCAR Next Gen Profile.
Swanson is 8th in the championship. Kobe in the 2 is 4th in the title fight, and he's trying to get around Hirschman's number 60 to grab the lead away here tonight.
And again, I think pressuring Matt right now is probably the right thing to do. As you can see, the two cars actually getting through the corner a little bit better drive off. And, you know, Matt's doing a really good job trying to hold him down, but there's going to be a point in time he's going to probably try to get under him, be a little bit more aggressive. He's being very patient with Matt right now.
And as fast as these cars are around this place, the laps tick off fast. I mean, we are almost a third of the way through the race already.
Yeah, it happens fast here, and these guys are clicking off fast lap times.
Here's the crazy thing about Kobe this year. He's got 4 second places. Normally, I'd be saying Kobe's got 4 wins already.
Yeah, I mean, again, I think there's a couple things that have come into play here. That the pit strategy has changed with the tire compound difference that they had in a lot of these races, having a choice to put a different right rear tire on. I don't think they completely have figured that out yet. Some of these pit stops have been full pit crews. You can only change 1 tire per stop. So a lot of things have changed the momentum what these guys have had over the past 3 or 4 years. But they're going to get it figured out.
Kobe was 3rd in this race last year. Now, he does have a win here at Seekonk, but it was in a non-NASCAR modified sanctioned event. But he does know how to find his way to victory lane here at Seekonk. Here's Pennick in the 3. And remember, Rowan is also alive in the title fight. He is 2nd in this championship battle, just 2 points behind Solomito.
Yeah, I mean, I've said it before, and I'll say it again. At the end of the race, you'll see that old blue 3 up there probably at the end of the race. That's what they do. They've done that their whole lives since, you know, I can ever remember as a little kid.
Problem is, he's struggling a little bit here tonight. He is buried back in the pack, and if you can't find a way to wedge yourself past some of these guys, I mean, he's running 21st right now as we close in that first third of the race being completed.
Yeah, and I think that has a lot to do with experience here. I think you have a lot of guys that are running up front that have many laps at this place, know what they need to feel with these cars, and I think that's coming into play here.
Bonsignore's in the green and black 51. He's trying to get inside, pick up another spot. He's just 2 places behind Pennick right now. That's Goodale sandwiched in that group as well in the 58. Bonsignore's 5th in the championship. He's still mathematically very much alive, but he's got to have a decent run here tonight.
Yeah, he does. I mean, this is a very pivotal race for everybody. You know, a lot of these races coming up are back at the home tracks that they're used to running, the Staffords, the Thompsons, the New Hampshires, you know, places like that. The fast guys, the guys that have really good engines, really good race cars, they'll prevail there. This is a little bit of a game changer here for today with this type of racetrack.
Back to the front we go, and Hirschman continues to lead in the black 60.
Yeah, and you know, again, Matt's good at momentum. He's won all these races. He's won a lot of money, big money races this year, doing what he's doing here, just getting the momentum going, working as a caution.
First one of the night, and it's Eric Goodale involved with Rob Summers, and that happens on lap 50 here as we reach the 3rd of the way done.
And I think right now, some of the guys that are struggling, like we talked about, the 3 car and the guys like that, they might take some time here to pit, make some adjustments. But here's the thing: the pit's not in the infield. They have to go in the outfield, outside the track to pit. So they're taking a big chance to maybe lose a lap.
Contact down there in the corner. Yeah, everybody started.
The 01, they were lapping Melissa there and got bunched up. Yeah, I don't see the leaders pitting. We'll see what these guys do here.
Let's head down to Derek with an update.
Rowan Pennick brings the Bowler Racing number 3 back into the crew. They're going to have to put a left front tire on the car during that caution flag. In the course of that incident, they did get a left front flat. The number 46 of Craig Lutz came in for a quick adjustment. The 64 of Rob Summers, who started in the top 10 for this race, also part of that caution, came in for a quick adjustment on his car too. Just some air pressure and checking the front end to make sure the toe is all right.
And there's the famed tunnel here at Seekonk that you come back into the racetrack through. If you've ever watched races from Seekonk, that is a classic shot. We're coming right back for more from the Cement Palace. Getting ready to throw the green flag once again here at the Seekonk 150. There it is, and we're racing again. That's Hirschman in the black 60 on the inside. Started on the pole and has led every lap so far. Kobe has been really good on the bottom, and now he's testing the waters on the outside.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's very confident in what he has tonight. I think he, as he tried to do the crossover move, got a good run on him. Oh, Matt kind of shut him down a little bit there.
Let's get more on Kobe's number 2 from Derek.
Doug Kobe runs in the second spot right now in that number 2 machine, and he's been frustrated in the last couple of weeks. He's finished second in the last 3 consecutive races, and he's getting tired of it because he says the finishes are great, but what they need to do is garner as much points as they can. They need to lead the most laps, lead a lap, and win a race. Get those bonus points to accumulate as many as possible to stay in the championship battle. He said, and he quote, "We need to capitalize on wins for this championship."
They do, but he's being very smart right now. As much as he's getting frustrated right now with the 60 shutting the door on him every lap, he needs to be patient here. He needs to make sure this door is completely open to take the lead.
Kobe trying to win his 4th consecutive championship if he can pull it off. Right now, Doug is 4th in the title fight, 17 points.
And there,
there it is. Contact with Hirschman, and the patience ran out.
Yeah, I don't think he had a big wheel on him. He was all the way up to almost his door. I think that was a spotter saying he should have just said, "Hey, underneath," and gave him some room. And here's what happens: it's so short, such a short racetrack. A lot of chain reactions, a lot of cars getting wrecked here.
Hirschman, one of them in the 60s. He got turned around.
Yeah, as you can see, the writing is off the left rear tire. That's how far up he was. I mean, I just think that was a good move. I just think he should have just opened the door and took his poison, so to speak, and got back to second. It was a shame. The 24 car, he was up to Andrew Kraus was running 4th or 5th at the time. Ruined a good night for him.
Driver out of Homedale, New Jersey.
He's been doing a good job. He's been coming along these last 3 or 4 races. As you can see, he was really clearly underneath him, and it's just it's a tough thing to give up. Matt knows if he gave that up, that was the shot that he had to in order to win the race. Obviously 16 getting in another wreck is going to be critical damage for him. Big points lost for the night.
That's Timmy Solomito, our points leader. 2 racers just going for the same spot here, and like you said, it was an aggressive move, but boy, that's what you expect on a night like this racing at Seekonk, no doubt about it. You got to be patient when you're behind and when you're in front, right?
Yeah, I mean, again, you have Matt that's not going for points. Ooh, he hit the 16 hard.
Yeah.
You got Matt not going for points, just trying to win the money and win the race, and you got a bunch of 2 or 3 guys behind him working on points.
Derek.
Timmy Solomito brings the star at Tools number 16 in. Heavy right front damage on the race car. A lot of suspension parts are broken. They broke the upper control arm. They broke a right front shock. They also broke the tie rod that's on the car as well. The crew right now is working feverishly to take those broken parts off the car. It's been a tough night for all of your point contenders here at Seekonk. Rowan Pennick has been in multiple times, and now your point leader, Timmy Solomito, with some heavy damage to the front end.
Tough for everybody but that guy. Kobe is now sitting pretty.
Yeah,
he's got the race lead. He's 17 points behind, and everybody in front of him in the point standings is having a tough night.
Except for Ryan Priest, who sits second. So these 2 guys are going to sit back now and battle for the lead.
It's going to be fun to watch. Stay with us. We're coming back for more at the Cement Palace as Hirschman's back into the race. NBCSN is in Seekonk, Massachusetts for the NASCAR Whelen Modified Tour race tonight. The Seekonk 150 at the track known as the Cement Palace, and it's been all Matt Hirschman in the first third of this race. There was 1 caution early. Eric Goodale involved in that, and then the leaders went at it. Kobe getting inside of the race leader Hirschman, and it caused chaos behind him, impacting a lot of the points contenders, including points leader Timmy Solomito is having another rough night. Now Kobe is in the lead, but he's got another title contender, Ryan Priest, another former Tour champion, right alongside in the 6 as we go back to green.
And look who's third, the ageless Ted Christopher. He has millions of laps around this place. He knows what needs to be done here, and sitting third, and Gonna try battling for the lead here.
And a young rising star in fourth in car 89, Matt Swanson.
I tell you, that kid has really impressed me here the last 3 or 4 tour races. He's you know, a rookie, learning a lot, you know, showing up against these big guys.
Monsignor in the 51 in the middle of the pack, trying to keep his title aspirations alive.
You know, obviously lap 74 of 150, but the 2 cars clearly been the best car of the race, and you know, he's going to set sail here a little bit, but you know, he's got to be careful. He knows he's got Priest behind him. You know, does Priest, is he saving his tires right now? Is he running all out? You know, Kobe's thinking about that because, you know, all the past history that these guys got together. But you know, the 2 cars in the catbird seat, Ralph, he's get to control the rest of this race. This racetrack's like Seekonk, like they're racing at tonight. Riverhead coming up in about a month. These are going to be 2 pivotal races, not only in points, but everything that these guys do from there, they have to forget about, because now they're going to these bigger racetracks and they're going to race differently. As you see, the 66 with Sean Salamino, many laps on short tracks. The 36, Dave Sabrienza, many laps on short track. That's why they're running up front right now.
And Sapienza is 7th in the point standings. Christopher in the orange 82. He's had some really good runs this year too.
Yeah, I think that, you know, that with Danny Watt's own 82 team, they're starting to gel. I think they've only been together for 5 races this year so far, and the chemistry's starting to work.
Priest has been one of the hottest drivers all year, period, not just here in this series, but just in general, holding down the 2nd place slot. Let's get an update on Timmy from Derek.
Well, it's a tough night for your point leader, the number 16 of Timmy Salamino in the Starrett Tools entry. Can you tell us what happened? Because from our point of view, it looked like you were a victim of circumstances.
Yeah, seems like it's been the story lately. I don't know. Leaders got together, Kobe and Hirschman there. I don't know what they were doing, but I got together, I checked up, and unfortunately the guys behind me are just looking at the back panel, apparently. I don't know. Unfortunate for our team. We got up to 4th. Car felt pretty strong. Don't know if we would have been able to contend for the win, but would have been a strong day, I think, and you know, unfortunately it ends like that. So tough day for the Starrett Tools team, but I guess the only thing we can do is go out there and try and win some races now.
Tough night for Timmy Salamino. Unfortunately, he finds himself parked and out of the race.
Yeah, probably out of the points lead too. Came into the night with 3 wins, 6 top 5, 7 top 10s. Problem is DNF starting to stack up.
Yeah, and it's very difficult at places like this. Like, you know, like Timmy said, that I don't think you have a choice but to look at everybody's back of the, you know, the car when you're driving. You're so close, and when things happen, you know, they're going over 100 miles an hour still. It's not like they're going 40 miles an hour here. So when there's something that happens in front of them, there's no place to go.
It's the old rock on a rope, right? You're just slinging it around, and eventually the rope breaks, and here comes the chaos.
Matt Swanson and the Starrett Tools, you know, you got to give Starrett Tools a round of applause. They support a lot of modifieds throughout the Northeast.
An incredibly popular tour throughout the Northeast. They pack the fans in everywhere they go. Here's Sapienza in the 36. And Anthony Nocella in the 92 right behind him.
Yeah, and again, another kid that has a lot of laps here, and you know, and it's showing off today. He's going to end up with a good finish if he keeps doing what he's doing.
Venturing a little higher too, isn't he?
Yeah, I mean, again, he knows this place. He knows what to do. He knows how to get alongside somebody and keep the grip in the car. And you know, he knows it's getting late. A lot of guys are having a little handling issues. The tires are going away, so he's making a great move here. That means he's got a really strong race car.
Looks like he's going to pull it off. How about an update on Anthony, Derek?
Well, Ralph, Tommy, one of the cars that's on the move right now is that number 92 machine of Anthony Nocella. The Nocella paving entry races in the Tri-Track Modified Series and the MTS Series. He doesn't really run the Modified Tour as often as he used to, but he likes coming to this track because he has won in the Modifieds here before. So they thought that this would be their best shot to come here to try to win a NASCAR Whelen Modified Tour event tonight at the Seekonk Speedway.
Oh, a little bit of rubbing there. Sean Salamino getting into Sapienza a little bit. That's Timmy's brother. in the red 66. Derek mentioned those other divisions that run throughout the Northeast. Cars all very similar, minor rule changes here or there, but allows these guys who don't run the tour full time to use their cars and race a bunch.
Yeah, there's a total of 4 different modified series, including the NASCAR Whelen Tour, and it's great for the fans. A lot of modifieds up there. They put on a good show no matter where they go. And as you can see, the 66 and the 36. Do you know how many times these guys have battled throughout the bull ring, especially Riverhead Raceway in Long Island? 2 Long Islanders battling out in Massachusetts.
Working their way around the yellow and black 38 of David Salzarulo, the Swanson, Massachusetts driver.
David was a longtime crew member for the Mario Fiore number 44, the famous 44. Mario passed away a year ago. Iconic crew chief, team owner in this series.
These 2 drivers still fighting inside the top 10 as we're past 100 laps and inside of 50 to go. And Kobe continues to lead. Will tonight be the night he finally gets the win in 2017?
You know, Ralph, this race is really probably set up perfectly for these guys or what they've been going through all year. No pit stops involved, fast race car. The setup is really matching, you know, what they've done, with how they set these cars up, really matching this track tonight, and it's showing.
This could be a night that things really change in the championship, because a lot of momentum, if he can hang on and win, will shift to the camp of the number 2 of Doug Kobe. Although Ted Christopher still looks pretty good in his machine, Derek.
Ted Christopher runs in that 3rd spot in the number 82 machine. He's a former NASCAR Whelen Modified Tour champion, but he's racing with a broken hand. He broke it a couple of weeks ago in a crash at the New Hampshire Motor Speedway, and when we spoke earlier in the day, he said that this track is most taxing on that injury because you never stop turning left here. You're always working and cranking on the wheel. So it's a lot of abuse to that broken hand out there. But he is running out in front. He is 3rd. And at this point of the race, he's going to try to hang on for as long as he can.
I don't think you're going to have a problem with Teddy holding on. This is not his first time driving with a broken wrist.
No.
I can guarantee you that.
No, he's as tough as they come. Kobe, long way back, and speaking of champions, Kobe with 4, looking for his 4th in a row, be title number 5. Everybody's trying to catch Stefanik with 7.
And that's pretty amazing. He's like Jimmy Johnson, you know. It's just, you know, in the Cup Series, he's very quietly, professionally won all those championships. And these guys go about their business. They're real serious what they do day in, day out, and that's why they're up front every race.
Here's Swanson in the 89. Still inside the top 5. And Anthony Nocella rolling along in his 92, having a solid night.
Yeah, these guys are putting on a good show tonight. You know, great. They keep doing what they're doing. These are going to be easily their best finishes on the tour so far.
As we get deep into this run here, tires are certainly going to be a story, I would think, as well.
Yeah, it is. I mean, but again, they got what they got. They need to make it last.
Update on Swanson now, Derek.
What an impressive run for Matt Swanson in that number 89 machine. He started 19th at the beginning of this race, but he has always liked the Seekonk Speedway. He says, we are always good here. We've always had good luck here. Anytime I've run the midget, the pro stock, or the modified, we've had some really good finishes. So he's battling up into the top 5 all the way from the 19th position, and he also wanted to say a happy birthday to his mom this weekend.
Well, a nice run. It'd be a good way to make Mom's birthday a little bit better, and he's having a good run here tonight.
You know, Ralph, in the modified series, the short tracks are the great equalizer. In the Cup Series, it's the super speedways, it's the Daytonas and the Talladegas that are the great equalizer. These type of tracks, this is where these kids have grown up from, running these type of racetracks. So when you get to these places, these guys know what to do. They know how to race.
The driver can make up for a lot of the inadequacy of the race car on a given night on one of these short tracks, and here's a caution to slow things down again, and heavy damage to the guy who's trying to give a good birthday present to his mom with a solid run, and it's not going to happen.
That's a shame. It's back to the family-owned number 66 Salamino car. He was driving for Wayne Anderson up until about a month ago, and hard hit. Glad he's okay.
Well, a lot of damage to the right side of that car.
He's definitely going to make a trip up to Troyer Engineering this week.
And it looks like the red flag is going to come out, and we're just going to stop the field for now as Sean walks away.
You can see him move his neck a little bit there. He took a hit, and plus running around that tight bowling, and that'll do for you.
Coming right back. Back here at Seekonk Speedway in Seekonk, Massachusetts, Ralph Shaheen, Tommy Baldwin, and Derek Perniciglio with you as we wind down the Seekonk 150. Green flag with 26 laps to go, and Doug Kobe back in the lead in the number 2. Ryan Preece giving chase in the number 6.
And you saw Teddy Christopher give it everything he had coming off turn 2 to try to get underneath the 6 of Ryan Preece for position, but he just got a little loose. Preece settled in for second. Lot of kids up there.
Oh, problems here again. Walter Sutcliffe.
He was having a good night. He was running probably 10th or 12th position at that time.
That's going to slow the field down again. And I think that's Wade Cole in the 33, who was also involved there on the inside of the racetrack.
He was gaining some valuable experience running where he was running for sure.
He's on the outside there.
Yeah, he was in the top 10 there battling. I mean, he was having a good night. You know, sometimes you get in that position where guys aren't used to, you know, running like that. They're going to try to push you around a little bit. You're going to try to get you out of there.
And then you saw the 33 get turned as well. Let's go down to Derek. See what he can tell us from down pit road.
Phil Moran is the crew chief for your leader right now, Doug Kobe out there in the number 2. What's Doug saying about the car?
Car's really good. It's been really consistent all night long. You know, Mayhew Tools' car's been spot on. We struggled with it a little bit in practice this morning, but you know, Doug is tough. He wants that feel, and we worked on it, and right now it looks like we got it. So,
what was the conversation that you two had with the incident with the leader?
You know, he got under him there 3 or 4 times, you know, 5 or 6 laps before that, and, you know, he just kept chopping him down. He says, how many times can he chop me down? So finally it was just enough.
Sounds like it was a racing incident out there on the track. Phil Moran, the crew chief for Doug Kobe in the number 2.
Laps winding down here. We should have about 18 to go when we get back to green.
Yeah, and you saw Phil mention the sponsor, the Mayhew Tools. It's pretty cool that you also having a little tool battle. Mayhew Tools, Starrett Tools, a little bit different things that those guys do, but look them up. They're an integral part of the modified series here.
Well, all the tools of knowledge that our top 3 or 4 drivers have, they're going to be using right here, right now, as we come down to the conclusion here at Seekonk.
Look at Narcella. He picked Teddy Christopher off on the outside. He's got a really good car right now.
Yeah, now he's looking at Preece to the inside, watching Anthony Nocella in the black 92 right now, sitting in 3rd. Swanson trying to hold on to 5th in the 89. And how about young Max Zecca? He's having a good run here too in the 20.
Yeah, again, you know, Matt's a steady racer. He just, you know, just like the 3 car, he seems to be always there at the end.
Summers back there in the 64 battling with Bonsignor. Had issues early on in the night, and he's battled back well.
Yeah, I think the 51, when he pitted early, he lost a lap, making some adjustments. Again, this place is really hard not to do that when you're pitting outside the track.
Good 3-car battle for 3rd. Whoop, caution again. Boy, all of a sudden they're coming pretty regularly. This time Jeff Rocco in the 85 and another heavily torn up race car. Man, look at that.
Yeah, I feel bad for these guys. These 85 guys, I've watched them all year long. They work their tails off, and they just have not got one result yet this year. That car hit hard.
Again, here on the front straightaway, it just went right to the wall.
Yeah, it looked like he blew a right front tire there and didn't have a choice. Yep, tire went down, hit that famous Vendetti family thick cement. You can see that wall's really thick. It doesn't move, Ralph.
No, not an inch. And that is why all the damage. And the red flag is out again.
Jeff Rocco took over that car 2-3 weeks ago, trying to give it a ride. Unfortunate day.
Come on back for the finish at Seekonk after this. Ralph Shaheen, Tommy Baldwin with you as we're back here in Seekonk. Final few laps of the Seekonk 150. Green flag waves again. Kobe in the lead on the inside in the number 2.
These guys understand it's getting really late in the race. They're going to have to drive their hearts out here.
Oh man, Priest got loose.
Yeah, 92 got in the back of him. Got under him now, in position to take that number 2 spot.
Closing in on 5 laps remaining. Priest will lose second to Nocella. Can he gather it back?
And you can
Here
see
comes Swanson. Oh, and Christopher's around.
And again, that happened from second place. It was just a chain reaction, and that's what happens in these bull rings. You just don't have time to react.
Left rear gone on Christopher's 82.
Looks like he got bumped into there, blew the tire out. Shame. He was having the Watts car was having a really good day.
Just driving on that rim.
Again, it happens that fast here, places like this. See the 92 slowed down, the 6 slowed down, got into him a little bit, then the 89 hit the 6, and just chain reaction, and somebody ends up spinning or wrecking it. It's always the case. That's why I see, not only here, but I see the Riverhead Raceway Tour race that's coming up in about a month as another pivotal race on the points. Things like this happen so fast.
Christopher has brought the 82 into the pits. Here's Derek.
Ted Christopher brings the Danny Cesspool service number 82 down to the crew. Just a left rear flat tire on his car after he got spun out was the cause of the caution. They're going to put a different left front on and get Ted Christopher back out there. Unfortunately, a tough break for him, who was running in the top 5 when he got spun out.
Now, when we have the restart to this race, there's going to be 2 to go. Trying to hustle everybody around.
They don't want to get everybody together as fast as they can so they can get as much green laps as they possibly can for the fans. Great turnout tonight.
Here we go. Kobe needs another good restart.
And Anthony Nocella sitting second. You know, during this course of this race, he's made a lot of passes on the outside, so this should be pretty good.
Green flag, and we race it again.
And Anthony got a good start here.
Kobe hanging on to the bottom. Nocella trying to make something happen on the outside. He's pulled it off earlier tonight. Priest getting loose and into Swanson in 3rd.
Matt putting on a great show tonight. That 89's been impressive all night. Really, really good job for him.
Can this be the night? And it is for Doug Kobe as he gets his first win of 2017.
Yeah, tonight the best car won, Ralph, for sure.
No doubt about it. Kobe, once he got around Hirschman, nobody had anything for the multi-time champ. We'll talk to him in victory lane right after these words. Welcome back here, Seekonk, Massachusetts, as the fans make their way out of the racetrack after Doug Kobe finally makes his way to victory lane this season. What a celebration this will be. A lot of emotion, I'm sure, as they have finally gotten the victory they've longed for this year. Here he is, Derek.
Well, wins are exactly what Doug Kobe said he needed here tonight. Wins were what he needed to stay in the points. We talked earlier in the day, and the emphasis was on winning, and tonight you did just that.
Yeah, we're clawing our way back into this. I'm just really thankful that we have Mayhew Tools on board, and we got him our first win. It's too bad it's late August by getting it, but, you know, my team's been working so hard all season to claw back into this points deal, and we got four top twos in a row now in our first win of the season, and 5 races to go. So really good adjustments by Phil and Alex tonight. They gave me a great car, and thing was rolling the middle, and that's what we needed all day, and they gave it to me tonight.
What happened out there on the track with you and Matt Hirschman?
You know, I had tucked under Matt, I think, 4 or 5 times, and there was a little bit of contact before that. And, you know, this speedway is 60 feet wide, and I only need 8 feet of it. And he just kind of chopped my nose, and I can't go anywhere. There's a curb down there, and I got him, so I couldn't back out. And I tried a bunch of times to give him the spot, but he was just not having it. And, you know, I feel bad, but that's racing on a short track, and you got to give a guy a half a lane at least so that I can at least back out of it, and I couldn't. So things happen, you know, it's just unfortunate, but that's the way it goes, and we're here in victory lane, so it is what it is.
The defending champion is in victory lane here tonight at the Cement Palace.
Well, that's definitely going to shake things up in the point standings. Let's take a look at the final results here. Nocella, boy, what a great run for young Anthony.
Yeah, great race. Matt Hirschman working his way back up to 7th. Gary McDonald and Wade Cole with both good runs in the top 10 tonight.
Yeah, Priest and Bonsignor keep themselves alive in the points, but look at how far back we got to go before we see Timmy Solomito all the way down there in 22nd. That's going to hurt. Here's Derek once again, this time with Anthony.
Well, Anthony Nocella started 13th at the drop of the green here tonight. He's not a regular on the NASCAR Whelen Modified Tour, but he has won here in the past. And is it that former experience that helped you to get to the podium tonight?
Yeah, I believe so. You know, the experience definitely it's a little more in my environment. You know, you go to some of the different tracks with these guys. They have a million laps around there where I don't, and it makes it tough to get to the front. But you know, here I knew we had experience here, and I knew kind of how to save the car a little bit sometimes, you know, and what I needed for feel coming into the race. And we were decent in practice, you know what I mean? We ran like 10th, 11th. We were decent, but nothing special. But we knew lap time-wise we were real consistent, where some guys started to fall off after we ran a quick lap, and we were hoping that was going to be our strength as the race went forward. You know, the car would start coming into its own, and it did. You know, the car just kept getting better and better as we ran, and we lost power steering, which set us back a little, and then got spun around there and had to come back through. But I knew the car was real good, and just kind of tried to pace myself. They were telling me on the radio some of the lap times, and we were quicker than everyone under those green flag runs. So just tried to keep the car straight, pace ourselves, and let them come back to us. And we just, I don't know, had to hustle the car there at the end. You know, good racing with Ryan there at the end, a little bumping and banging, but sure good for the fans and short track racing. But good run there at the end with Doug. You know, I wish we had a few more laps. Our car took a few laps to fire off, but awesome race.
Nice strong run for Anthony Nocella, who is only running 1 or 2 races so far this year.
So here are the new point standings, and look at this. Priest leads it now just by 2 over Kobe. Pennick is only 3 back. Solomito drops all the way to 4th, 11 down. And Bonsignor, 14 markers out of it, but very much alive in 5th. So let's meet the new points leader, former champion of the Tour. It's with Derek.
Well, for a guy that has a love-hate relationship with this track today, he kind of liked it a little bit. And was tonight's race a little better for you?
It's better than what I'm used to. A 3rd place is a solid day, especially for my car owner, Eddie Partridge, and Eddie and Connie. It's hard racing like that when you aren't able to contend for a win, but if you can, you know, have a race like we just did where it's a top 3, nothing really to be ashamed of, it's a good day.
How was the car during the race? Because it looked like a lot of guys were sliding around out there.
Yeah, I was definitely sliding around. I was actually looking at my tires. They're pretty glazed over, so I wasn't bad. I think track position for me with a car that I had was kind of key, but just something to build on the notebook for next year, and hopefully we can be better.
It's another top 5 finish for Ryan Priest here at Seekonk.
Well, the next race on NBCSN is going to be the NASCAR K&N Series from the East. Visit Hampton 150 from Langley Speedway. See it Thursday, September 7th, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. And a good points battle in that series as well. Well, Tommy, the Cement Palace certainly didn't disappoint.
Now, great racing tonight. The Modifieds, as always, put on a great show wherever they go. It's never not exciting running up front with these guys. These guys battle each other constantly, week in and week out. I could see this points battle going to the end. Even though Ryan Priest is going to miss one more race because of his commitment with Joe Gibbs Racing in end of September, I still think he's going to have a shot.
For Derek Perniciglio, Tommy Baldwin, I'm Ralph Shaheen. So long from the Cement Palace. Congratulations to your winner, Doug Coby.